Good morning, dears. How do you do? I know that you all are fine and safe at home, isn't it? So, today we are going to learn the 7th chapter, the 4 strings band. Are you ready for learning? Okay.
Here is a warm up activity for you. Some musical instruments are given. According to the table given, you have to categorize the wind instruments, the string instruments, and the drumming instruments.
The 4 strings band. This story is talking about a girl, a little young girl, Priya. Okay, so shall we start?
Grandmother is unwell, and all the money that Ria and her mother had saved up in a box has already been spent on medicines. Let us read about how Ria finds a way to help the family.
Priya's grandmother was unwell. Unwell means not well. Okay, so they had spent a lot of money for her grandma. Okay, and they kept their money in a money box. Now their condition was very bad. Why? Because their money box got emptied. Okay, so let us check how Ria finds a way to help her family. Okay.
Grandma liked it when my friends Sarah, Arshi, and Harsh came home with me because we played music for her. Sarah played the bongo drums, Harsh played the flute, Arshi played the guitar, and I played my violin. Then Grandma fell sick and couldn't even leave her room. I wondered when she would be able to step out again. The whole house seemed so empty and quiet.
Here, Ria is explaining her story. Okay. So, Ria was saying that her grandma liked her friends Sarah, Arshi, and Harsh very much because they played music for her. Okay, always they were playing music for her grandma. And Sarah's musical instrument was bongo drums. What are bongo drums? Look at here.
Bongo drums, a pair of small drums played with fingers.
And Harsh played the flute and Arshi played guitar. So, what was Ria's instrument? Yes, violin, isn't it? So, grandma used to love their music, isn't it? But after that, grandma fell sick and she was not able to leave her room. All the time she was on her bed. Okay, so Ria was thinking that when her grandma would step out of her room, grandma's room, because now the condition was the whole house seemed so empty and quiet. Okay, her grandma was very active, but now she was on the bed.
One day, as I was playing my violin, I remembered the stories my mother had told me about Grandma and her love of music. When Grandma was a little girl, she used to play the violin too. She would play at parties so that everyone could dance and sing. She was so good at it that when people went home, they would leave money on the table for her.
One day, when Ria was playing violin, she remembered the story that her mother told about her grandma. Okay, when grandma was a child, she used to play violin. Now Ria also play violin, and in childhood days grandma also played violin. Okay, and she used to perform at parties, birthday parties or any other functions. She used to perform, and the people loved her performance, loved her music very much. So when they went back to their homes, they used to leave the money on her table. Why? Because they loved grandma's music very much. Okay. When grandma was a little girl, she used to play violin at parties and made everyone dance and sing.
That's when I had an idea. I could help fill up the money box again. I ran to Grandma's room. Grandma, I whispered, is that you, Ria? She answered in a sleepy voice. I was just having such a nice dream about you. Come and sit with me. Let me brush your hair, Grandma. I brushed Grandma's hair and told her my idea. She thought it was a great idea. But tell me the truth, Grandma. I asked her. Do you think we can really do that? Of course you can. No question at all. She answered, smiling. Go ahead and ask your friends right away. Right away. Immediately. And that was how the Four Strings Band was formed.
While she was remembering these things, she got an idea. Okay, she was thinking that she could fill up the money box again. So she ran to grandma's room and she whispered in grandma's ear. Whispered means very slowly she called her grandma like grandma, like this. Okay, why did she whisper? Because grandma was sleeping, isn't it? When she whispered, grandma asked in a sleepy voice, is that you, Ria? Okay, because she was in a sleepy mood. So she asked, is that you, Ria? And she said one more thing, I was dreaming about you. Okay, now just I was dreaming about you, and she said, Ria, come and sit with me. Then Ria asked grandma to let her brush grandma's hair. Brush means combing. So she asked grandma to let her brush her hair. While she was brushing, she discussed about her idea. Okay, so grandma replied. What was the reply? Yes, that was a good idea. Okay, but you have to do one thing. What was it? You have to ask your friends whether they are ready for making a music band, because Ria needed her friends' support also. Okay, that's why grandma said first you have to ask your friends, then only you can do this. Okay, and that's how they started a music band, and they named the band as the Four Strings Band. Okay, what was the name of the band? The Four Strings Band. Okay, Ria and her friends made a band, formed a band, and the band's name was the Four Strings Band. Okay, children, I hope you all have understood the taken part of the lesson very well. If you didn't, you have to watch the video repeatedly. Okay, minimum 3 times. So watch it carefully, understand it. If you have any doubt, ask your concerned teachers. Okay, thank you.